The man who designed the ride that ended a young boy's life is now charged with second-degree murder.
It's the latest in a string of charges this week tied to the death of 10-year-old Caleb Schwab at Schlitterbahn Water Park. The newest charges are against ride designer John Schuley, Schlitterbahn co-owner Jeff Henry, and Henry's construction company. Each is charged with battery, child endangerment, and second-degree murder. According to the indictment, the ride in question, Verruckt, was rushed to meet the deadline for a TV special, despite warnings that the slide's design guaranteed that rafts would occasionally go airborne in a manner that could severely injure or kill occupants. Caroline Sweeney obtained a copy of the unsealed court documents. She also spoke with an engineer about the many red flags during the design process. Caroline.
Well, Brad and Ellen, it could be a very long time before Verruckt is torn down, and that's because it is now the center of a criminal case, and even more charges coming down today from that Wyandotte County grand jury. Tyler Miles, the director of operations at the park, was charged with manslaughter last week, along with the company. Now we know Jeff Henry, the co-owner of Schlitterbahn Company, is also charged, along with the designer of the project, John Schuley. Schuley and Henry are charged with second-degree murder. An engineer says he alerted the company the ride was unsafe and was blown off. Stanley Dempster says it was only a matter of time for a tragedy to happen.
It's either safe or unsafe. Verruckt violates basic physics. You wouldn't have to be a skilled expert in rides or engineering to determine that it was unsafe.
Now, Dempster has been a practicing engineer for nearly 50 years. Coming up on KCTV5 News at 6, we dig a little bit deeper into the case against John Schuley, the designer of the ride. Live in Kansas City, Kansas, Caroline Sweeney, KCTV5 News.
We'll see you again at 6 o'clock. Thanks, Caroline. Now, she briefly mentioned Tyler Miles, and he was a former employee. He was indicted last week, and here's why. Court records show several people were injured on the slide before Caleb's death, with concussions, slipped spinal discs, neck pain, and even broken toes. Investigators believe that Miles worked to hide information about those injuries, and at one point even signed a victim's first aid report and then disappeared with it. Miles is also accused of destroying witness statements and then forcing lifeguards to write coached statements. We have continuing coverage on our KCTV5 News app about the Schlitterbahn indictments and the charges, including a statement from the Schwab family and also videos of our previous investigations. The app is free to download.